is not my typical talk about Palestine. For a while, and off and on, it's been my job to talk about Palestine in the context of explaining the conflict there, and the work of the church through the perspectives of the Palestinian Christians. I lived and worked there for a year in the Arab Lutheran schools in the occupied West Bank. Quick survey, are there any Lutherans in the house tonight? Make some noise. Woo! I know you're here. Well, now how many of you knew that there was such a thing as Arab Lutherans? That's what I thought. I didn't know either before I lived among them for that year, accompanying them in their day-to-day life. And the truth that slowly unfolded for me there was that there are people on this earth gravely affected by my government, my tax dollars, my choices, my ignorance, who I didn't even know existed. And because living side by side with Palestinians and Israelis has changed me forever, it will continue to be my job to talk about their story. In the words of my favorite rapper, Lyrics Born, I won't stop till I feel my lungs stop breathing. I won't stop till I feel my heart stop beating. But this isn't my typical talk about Palestine. It's about 5 good things I don't usually get the time to tell you about Palestine. 5 good things, starting with this one. Yes, there are Arab Lutherans. There are Arab Christians all over the Middle East. In most places, they have a really hard time right now, and that's true in Palestine, but not for the reasons you might think. Ask me what I mean by that later. Many visitors to the Holy Land assume that Christianity was imported there by the Crusaders. But wait a second. Where do you think Christians would have come from, if not Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Nazareth, the Jordan River Valley? Today, Christians make up just 1.5% of the Palestinian population, including that small but mighty group of Lutherans. Number 2, Arabic is the hardest and most beautiful language on earth. Arabic is so hard that my Palestinian middle school students say English is easier. And believe me, English is really, really hard for them. They say it takes 7 years for a native speaker to become fluent in Arabic. The formal and written form of Arabic is so complex and beautiful you might not even recognize it as writing. In Palestine, there are whole buildings covered with calligraphy, like the Dome of the Rock. Number 3, Dubke rocks. Check out these kids dancing. The Lutheran schools are very proud of their award-winning Dubke troops, literally in a class by themselves because they're the only ones that are co-ed, boys and girls dancing together. One kid told me when we dance, we feel like we're flying. The origins of Dubke are very rooted in the land. In fact, Dubke means to stomp, and the stomping motions represent the roots of olive trees in the earth, with waving branches reaching the sky. Dubke means we live here and we love this land. Number 4, there is no such thing as too much hummus or too many olives. I had a dream a few weeks after I arrived in Palestine. In my dream, I was diagnosed with something called Middle East breath, which comes from eating hummus 3 times a day, as we often did. It was a dire, incurable disease in my dream, but I woke up from it ready for my breakfast of bread and smooth hummus with fava bean fool on top of it and that beautiful olive oil drizzled over it, and I decided, if you can't beat them, join them. Number 5, most important, people are resilient. The people of the Holy Land have lived under occupation for many, many years. Currently Israeli, formerly Jordanian, British, Ottoman, if you go back far enough, Roman, Babylonian, even Egyptian. But the religious and cultural richness of the Holy Land are what is at stake in the midst of the ongoing violence there. Unfortunately, people of all sides have tried violence as a way to end the conflict, but it only throws fuel on the fire. Nonviolent resistance is also ingrained in the culture of Palestinian Christians and Muslims and many, many Israelis as well. Humor, hospitality, and deep faith in God and humanity can still be found among Palestinians and Israelis who are risking everything for peace. If you're a praying person, please pray for the peace of Palestine and Israel. Shukran, Todah, thank you.